My name is Jesse James Thomas. I'm the author of two books, actually, Youniverse and Embodiment. The first one is the one I want to talk about right now. The Youniverse book is spelled with Y-O-U-N-I-V-E-R-S-E. I was the first person to do that in 1977, which is when the first edition is. This is the fifth. And in this particular case, I want to emphasize the same thing I started out with and have emphasized all the way through my life practically. Namely, the relationship between us and what it is that we're doing, what it is we represent, where it is we came from, and everything else imaginable when we do things. And so the thing to keep focused on is you and the universe overlap in such a way that you cannot be separated or else you're in trouble, because then you've got problems. So I learned this originally when I was in high school. I had a math teacher who insisted that I learn all about the math in terms of where the theories came from, and it's not just what the theories were. And that's what started a thing that went on and on and on all the way throughout my life, the rest of it. And so that's what we're looking at, is not just what you think, but how you came to think that way and how you might come to think other ways. Because that can be frozen and you never go much of anywhere. You're not anybody. So now we're going to talk about the image of the universe. The book has a very complicated star on the front of the cover. And that star has points, 6 points. And each of those points are a part of the star, and the star radiates itself through those points. So where we're going with that is there are 3 different things that I talk about in the book. The one thing is the relation of part to whole, the wholeness of what we are and who we are. So we have a relationship to what we participate in, what we belong to, what we are, who we are, and how we got there, and so on. And so that's the first part of the book. The first part of the book has to do with that in us and us as creations in the world around us, how we affect the world there. The star is pointing out, the star is pointing in, and that's how we work. Okay, the second part of it has to do with the world of interaction, because the star is interacting and the points with each other the same way we have points within us that interact with each other. And we as points interact with the other points that are outside of us to make a really, really big star. And so that leaves us with the third part, which is the world of things that change as this goes on. We don't repeat ourselves, just like the world doesn't repeat itself, nature doesn't repeat itself, history doesn't repeat itself, nothing does. The question is whether we repeat ourselves over and over, and are we doing something different, because that's the way evolution works. Evolution works by moving into the future. So we're creative or we're not. So those are the 3 units that I talk about in the book. 1, belonging, 2, interacting, and 3, being creative. And there are lots of stories in there. I like stories because I think they teach more than particular items of fact and figure and all that sort of thing, numbers. And so that's the way we're going to approach this book, as well as the one that comes along after it, that we are, as the individuals we are in the universe, we are able to do something that's unique to us. There are zillions of people on the face of this universe, and no 2 of us are alike. None of us are alike. You can't ever interchange any 2 people and have the same person. And so we need to utilize that as we become creative and grow from what is within us that we have experienced in our lives up to the point where we are right now, and can contribute then to the life of the universe around us. It's all about life. The whole thing is about life. Are you alive or are you dead? Is the universe alive or is it dead? Is our culture alive or is it dead? Is our family alive or is it dead? Whatever it is, it all has with the same kind of processes. So I tell lots of stories, and I tell lots of funny ones, and I tell lots of them that are a little more sober, but they're all for the sake of nourishing us, giving us food for doing this, what we all have to do in our lives. And I hope you read the book. It's a very fascinating book. It's in its 5th edition. It's been around for a while, but every time I write it, it's different, very different this time, because I'm not writing for college students. I'm writing for everyday folks, and that is you.